Hello, all. Good morning to both people who are watching. Portland Aviation first say hi. Good morning, all. So, what are we gonna do today? I'm gonna start off first in Yakima, which is where we left off before all our gauges crashed. Seems like I've raised enough funds to fix all of them. So, we'll see where we go from here. I also turned up the wind speed from 0 knots to I think 15, gusting to 30 now. So hopefully things can be a little bit more interesting. Maybe not interesting, but at least I might have a chance of crashing. Alright, how about this? Good morning, all. Second officer. Technically third, but close enough. Here's what I'm thinking. What if we do a hop up to Alaska and land every hour? Class call for 15 minutes. Yep. Good morning. Good morning. Anchorage, or I can just type in ENC, I guess. Oh wait, no, that's destination, sorry. They didn't cancel classes for you guys? You guys still have classes? You'll be listening. That works. Technically, my workplace might call me at any time to tell me, oh, I have work to do. They did tell me yesterday that I might have work this morning. So I'm just gonna wait for a call. Online classes. Yeah. I mean, it sounds about right. But I thought, Washington canceled all their classes until summer. Maybe, online courses are still exempt from that. Oh, wait, no. Hold on. So what I'm basically doing is adding waypoints so that we can go up to Alaska. And as of our usual flight pattern, we're not going to fly direct to Anchorage. We're going to be stopping at every little airport once every hour or so, just so that there's actually something to watch other than waiting for me to land after a 4-hour flight. Geez, I hope these airports have long enough runways. That's good, hearing them recover. I think we're slowly getting over the curve. I think I heard New York may have gone over the curve, gone over the peak by now. Mm-hmm. Oh, geez, there's no airports over here. I'll just do this close enough. I'll probably not get all the way up to Alaska today, but something to just sort of plan out in the future, I guess. Nope. Alright. From Google Earth, I think there were a few others with like a 5,000 foot long runway, which is barely long enough. A few might be like 4,000 feet or something. If that's the case, then oh well. Okay, how are we going to back up from here? Should we just do thrust reverse? See if that works. Yeah, that worked out pretty well. Alright, guess we'll have to just use the invisible tow truck. Yeah, Portland somehow did pretty well. Of course, all this isn't over yet, so anything could change at any time. I think one of the main concerns right now is like a second wave. China might be facing that right now, depending on how they deal with the Russian border. Yeah, DC-9s and I think MDs like MD-80s as well, they can actually push back properly with their thrust reverse. Of course they don't do it anymore, because fuel prices and all. Well, maybe they can do it now. Besides, they don't have passengers, so works pretty well. Alright, let's get our flaps down. Da-da-da. 14,000 sounds like a good altitude to begin with. Now let's see, I have to figure out which runway. I think it's a 27 or 9, that's the one that I want to aim for. The other one is pretty short. Turboprops power do pushbacks. That's interesting. Golf pushbacks, golf cart pushbacks. I have yet to see that. I would love to see that. Yeah, I've seen some pretty like improv tugs. Like somebody took like an F-150 and then chopped the bed off of it, and then flipped the whole cab around, and then that became a tow. And it only has like basically 2 wheels except for the tractor beam, which is like hanging all the way out in the front, like acting as cantilever balance or something. Mm-hmm. Using reverse thrust to push back. Yeah, that's power pushback. Sounds about right. Using tractors to push back. Excuse me. Oh, jeez. I don't think I set everything up correctly. My joystick is out of whack. Oh, jeez. Okay. Calm down. I'm actually curious. I did put wind in here as mentioned earlier, but what's like the maximum crosswind allowed for a 737? Was it like something like 29 knots or something? That's right, I've been infected. Nah. Don't I used to wear glasses? I do. I still do. Here's my glasses, and I don't wear them for anything closer than, like, I don't know, 10 feet? 5 feet? My prescription is relatively light. I think it's like 1.5 or 2.5 or something like that for both eyes. (29 to 31 knots). Okay, so I set the maximum gust speed at 30, so I guess technically we're still good to fly. Not like that would matter. I mean, we've had like I've set hurricane force winds in here before. You lost your glasses? Do you just have contacts? Oh, forgot to turn on my lights. Whoa, whoa. I think the plane jumped, so heard that bang in the back. Thought it was a touchdown. Sitting closer to the front of the room. You're one of those kids. Okay, let's see if this this GPS thing will work. And okay, so I need to do a 180. I also added made some changes in FSX CFG so that the wind can be a little bit more unpredictable. By default, I think FSX's wind is kind of, people say is like wind on rails, basically. Like, one can sort of predict when the wind's gonna come, like when the gust is gonna hit, and then when it's gonna subside. I modified it so that's a little more unpredictable. It's a little bit more fun. Alright, time to turn on my navigation stuff. Question, 753s count as heavies, do they? Oh, what the? I thought I... Oh no, I forgot to do that. That's why. And the plane isn't climbing quite as quickly as I like. There we go, that's more like it. So that, I guess they're not heavies. Although a 762 would be considered one. How long is our first leg? I know, I'm already bored. Maybe I should stop in SeaTac first. Because I think if I just fly directly to YVR, that's actually a little too long. So 753 isn't quite a heavy-ish. I'm using 738 American Airlines because apparently they're selling like 70 plus of their old 737s. So take advantage of one of those. Did we ever figure out what we're gonna call our airline? Somebody said like Daycare Airlines or something. Just shy. I'm not sure if I think we're just still gonna get sued if we call it Northwest. Yeah, Troutdale Airlines. I like that too. Base it out of Troutdale Airport. I'm pretty sure, like, I don't know, Alaska can probably fly Q400 out of there. They might be able to make a profit. There's been talk about using Hillsborough Airport as a commuter airport, like a reliever airport as well. Oh yeah, that's right. Are they still trying to get rid of that 787? Whoops, I forgot we already leveled off. How are you liking the turbulence, guys? Oh, you know what? I forgot forgot to turn on the fasten seatbelt sign, did I? Although there are no seatbelts on there. I did say in the chat to bring your own bungee. I hope you guys did that. Remember, I sold all the seats. Sold all the seats so that I can buy fuel. Hold your lunches, guys. Hold on to your lunches. It's going to be a rough one. It's going to be bumpy all the way. I know Spring Airlines in China was talking about having standing, well, half-standing seats. Like, that is what I'd call a budget ultra low cost. Ultra-ish low cost. This is ultra low cost. Where you don't even get a seat, you just need to strap yourself in somehow. Now, are we heading... Okay, so we got Rainier over there. And we're not going to crash into any mountains. That's good. Yeah, don't worry. Spring Air, I don't think they ever did their standing seat concept. Yeah, if you guys want to repaint this plane, go ahead. Just gotta make it PG though. You guys know my email and all, so just send it to me and I'll see what I can do with it. Once I get to the tiny airports, yes, that is the main challenge for today. How can I land on a 3,000 foot long runway? Dirt runway with 30 knots of crosswind. I think cargo containers would be legit. You see, the question is how much are you willing to pay for that type of seat? If you get to fly like for $10 to Hong Kong in a cargo container, would you? I know what's his face? Is it Hong Kong Oasis or Oasis Hong Kong? They used to fly with no free complimentary meals from Vancouver to Hong Kong. So that's kind of halfway there already. Personal suite? Sorta is. You guys, what is it, all 7 passengers get to fly with, I don't know, hundreds of inches of legroom? A cargo container with a seatbelt on board will survive. Oasis Hong Kong Airlines. That's what it's called, right? I think. Let me search it up. But first, I need to see how Dow Jones went. Oh, not good for the day. We're down 2%. Oasis Hong Kong. Yep, Oasis Hong Kong Airlines. That's right. Yeah, bring your own oxygen bottles, please. I'm not gonna stress the plane. And while you guys are at it, when we stop at YBR, do you guys want to collect some dirt so that we can have like an onboard herb garden? So instead of me going to buy peanuts, you guys can grow tomatoes or like pretzels or pizzas or whatever. I'll just like open the emergency exit door and then somebody can pop outside for like 5 minutes. Alright, we're almost at cruise altitude. And I should probably actually get up to cruise speed too. 0.78. It's 0.78, right? No. Yep, that's right. The Martian bound on a plane. Thank you. I'm gonna turn off the fasten seatbelt sign so you guys can at least, I don't know, whatever, go around in whatever's left in the interior of the plane. I'm not sure if I sold the toilet stall. Yeah, I'm sure those plants are capable of providing enough oxygen. Yeah, that's one of the things I forgot to consider. You guys actually have classes. And I technically have work. But my boss hasn't called me, so this is my work for the day. Yeah, if I suddenly get a call from them, I'm gonna have to hop off. What occupation? I thought I already mentioned that, did I? I work as like an engineer in the construction industry. Yes. Heyo. Plane spotting is definitely my full-time occupation. I mean, 5 cents per plane. That's gonna earn me a living. Yeah, it's like my actual like professional life is quite different from my recreational life at the moment. And I don't know, maybe one day I'll switch back to aviation somehow. But I haven't plotted out how to do that. Right now, I'm like learning and actually trying to like design buildings and whatnots. And It's quite different from aviation, I'll say that for fun, for sure. Building things is fun. They can be. They absolutely can be. Also quite nerve-wracking because gotta do your calculations right. You don't want your, I don't know, retirement home to fall apart or something. I've thought about being a Boeing engineer, but from what I heard, like, the corporate culture is a bit of a turn-off there. Basically a massive production line, and you just work on the same thing for 20 years. Hospitality class. What do you guys learn in their hospitality class? Yep. Hey yo. Yeah, basically the story was that McDonnell Douglas bought Boeing with Boeing's own money. Somehow the management team from McDonnell Douglas took over Boeing. Well, we see Payne Field coming in sight. I'm sure I can technically try and give that carrier a shot. The ins and outs of hospitality. I think a new term just started for you guys, right? It is April after all. I assume you guys have the quarter system. Being an FA is pretty cool, from what I heard. Might be kind of stressful dealing with clients and time changes, but you get to go everywhere. People talk trash about MD a lot. Yes, they do. From what I heard, the MD-80 series, like the DC-9 series, was actually good. It's just a DC-10 that kind of ruined their thing. I also don't know the internal structure of those companies. Like, do engineers who work on heavy jets, like, only work on heavy jets, and then 737s and whatnot, like, are a separate type of engineers? Or do they all sort of, like, work with each other, work on, like, every different plane? That's what I'd be curious about. Because it seems like there is a massive quality difference between the, like, say, the 777 and the 737. Where do you get barbed wire, man? Did you, like, tear out some of my control cables for that? Your dad flew on Northwest. Yeah, the 200s and the DC-10. Those are two of the three Northwest planes that I have flown on. And yes, I only flew to Asia back in the old days. How far out are we from YBR now? Oh crap, should probably start descending, should I? We're 73 nautical miles out. Let's just go all the way down to like 3,000 feet. I remember they were still flying the 200s and the DC-10s all the way up until like, was it mid-2000s or something? It was then that they finally switched it over to like, they decided to buy some A330s and whatnots. You've never been to Canada? Our best buddies? America's hat. I guess it's kind of like how I've been to Hong Kong a lot, but not like Mexico. I've been to Canada, but back when, it was only back when like we have closer relatives over there. You know, you just gotta fly to wherever you have reason to fly. Alright, see takeoff aviation. '20 2010 for the Olympics. Oh wow, that must be a sight. How much does it actually cost to go to the Olympics? I'm actually wondering about that. Yeah. Yeah, probably. I mean, those professors are under a lot of pressure. And we all procrastinate no matter what age we are, what demographics we are, how old we are. I still do. Even though I'm technically supposed to be an adult. Now, were you born in Australia, or were you, like, do you just have family there? Do you have, like, Australian passport and everything? Huh. I guess I'm just like comparing going to like the Olympics as of like going to adult Disneyland or something. And what was it? Disneyland cost like hundreds of dollars. I guess it depends on like what venue you go to as well. Oh, there you go. Yeah, get that Australian passport, dude. Might come beneficial in the future. Not too distant future. Or like if you have some friends like who live in San Francisco, you might be able to have them help you with that. Kind of like when I need to like get a Chinese visa or whatever. Like oh, there's like the Chinese embassy is all in San Francisco and whatever. Living in Portland, like we have nothing here, no embassies or anything. Actually, I would wonder if there is like at least one embassy of some country over here, but not that I know of. Or sorry, consulate. That's the proper term. Consulate, not embassy. Embassies only for DC or Washington DC. There's only one embassy and then a billion consulates. Oh, I should probably turn on the fasten seatbelt sign now. It's starting to get knocked around. Yeah, I got like a whole bunch of like cookies or something. For all you guys. See, we only have 5 people on board this time, so I can like give 1 cookie for each of you guys. Now take care of those cookies though, because that's all we're eating for the next 15 hours. No, I'm not going to be streaming for 15 hours. I think I basically set my time to like stream from 9 to 12. I mean, 3 hours is a pretty good time frame. Hong Kong is pretty cool. When all this is over, I plan to go back there pretty soon, just to check it out. Sightsee, and as well as we have relatives over there. Hello, I'm late. Alright, how we doing with the airspeed? I'm pretty sure there's like a legit way of like reducing your airspeed from Mach 0.75 to 78 to like, I don't know, 250 knots. Chat Blackhawk is... It's a world-class airport, but it's kind of hard finding places to spot at. That's the only issue. Okay, now I need to figure out where the wind is coming from, because if I remember correctly, I think I set the wind to come from the north. Let's double check. Yep, 6 degrees. So I'm probably going to have to land on... Is it 7 they have at YVR? I forgot what's the runway numbers, but I kind of have a grasp for which one to land on. Everybody's skinny in Hong Kong, by the way. Just want to say that. Bring that out there. Basically, speaking of Chelap Cove, I've like spotted there, I think maybe like 4 or 5 times. And there's basically only, well, there's the spot that everybody films from, which is like on top of the terminal. But for me, I have like an extra set of like standards that I kind of have to go with. which is basically like I have to film no further than like 1,000 feet from the plane at its closest distance. And for that, there's only like one spot I can basically do. It's kind of similar to the Alderwood Drive at Portland, where like the plane comes by on approach, I don't know, like 1 or 200 AGL, flies right by, and then you see the touchdown further in the distance. Uh-oh. Get yourself figured out, terrain. Yeah, I don't know the runway numbers on YVR. Do you guys happen to know? I'm getting some lag for some reason. That's not good. Should probably reduce my speed further. 250 knots. San Diego is a good spotting airport. Basically see the hill. See the hill, go over it. 2 6s, okay. That makes sense. Okay, maybe it's about time for me to make that turn. And I'll probably be using 2-6 right, because that's what I guess I'm supposed to do. What do you guys think if I play War Thunder, by the way? Or like any game that's like not FSX? I thought about either doing like War Thunder or like Kerbal Space Program. Oh jeez. Got that. No comment about what game to use?
Sync rate.
Okay, so 3,000 feet we're leveling off. That's good. And one thing I noticed about War Thunder is that it seems that there's not a lot of people streaming it on Twitch, or the last time I looked. KSP is the best. It's like Flight Sim, except there's actually explosions. Oh, okay, there we go. Okay, I should turn off the autopilot. I don't think it's doing well in the wind. That is the thing. There's there's interaction involved in Kerbal Space Program. War Thunder would... I mean, I think they're both pretty solid choices. Solid choices that I came up with myself, huh? No, I didn't come up with that myself. I did bring that up yesterday on Portland's channel, live stream. That's right. Join us with our goofs and gaffs. Or with my goofs and gaffs, I guess. Look, I'm already too high. So I don't quite understand why the wind isn't jostling... Oh, okay, there we go. There's a crosswind component. The wind is supposed to be coming from the north.
2,500.
At 6 degrees. And we're facing like a 15 knot crosswind gusting to 30. So that'll be fun. Arm the spoilers. I haven't played War Thunder in the longest time. Probably it's been like 5 years or something. Whenever it first like came out. Do Roblox? Maybe one day.
1,000. Sink rate.
Nope. Oh, jeez. Yeah, that is a serious sink rate.
500.
Nope, nope. Get back up. There we go. Ooh, jeez.
400.
Come on, get back on center line.
$300.
Oh, jeez, I'm too high now. There we go.
200. 100. Minimum 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Okay, cool, cool. Oops. Whatever, I don't need thrust reverse. Whew. Trying to read the comments while I wait for my exit. Yeah, League of Legends Flight Sim. Which champion actually flies? I used to play Ashe a lot, because why not? Sideways landings are the best landings. Alright, let's take a look, see how we did.
Don't sink. Wind shear. Wind shear. Wind shear.
Oh, I didn't get that wind shear.
500.
No. No drink.
400.
15 degrees bank angle on final.
300.
That's not too concerning as a passenger.
200. 100. Minimum 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
There you go. Textbook crosswind landing, isn't that? Come on, man. Give me some credit. It's not super hard landing. That's part of the game, dude. That's how you guys fall in love. I like how there's an industrial building in the middle of YVR. It's pretty accurate the last time I recalled. Right? It's basically where the de-icing stand should be, I think. Hey yo. What's up, Gemini Jets? With my light, it's so hard for me to see like what flap settings I have. I like how the wind is blowing me sideways on the taxiway. Yeah. 1/3. It's about right. Woohoo. Come on. Trying to work with this Yankee joystick in like 30 knots wind. How do I feel about New York? About how they're doing right now? Or like flying there? Either way. Oh right, I'm supposed to pull over so that you guys can get some dirt, so you can start like an herb garden and feed yourself. That's okay. Oh yeah. Better be some good dank memes, dude. I'll check it out after. Yep. I swear, I'm getting like so old that I can't really relate to like memes anymore. Memes were quite different back in my days. Yes, do some gardening on board the plane. That's all cool of you guys. Let me pull over to the side right over here. This is a good spot to get some dirt, right? There we go. Somebody go and get some dirt right now so we can have a herb garden. I also like how the door actually works this time. Last time, we're just opening and shutting. I think it was the gauges that were broken, that's why. Yes. Hello. Friday was the best song. I can listen to that any day. How was my Easter? It was chill. I didn't do anything special. So much we can do while we're quarantining. Okay, let's see. Do I need to set up anything? Did I ever turn on... Yeah, okay, I turned on my fasten seatbelt sign this time. That's good. Trim it out. 1.5 degrees. Flaps are at 10, I think. Switch this up to like 18,000 feet or something. I don't know, this is like a really short hop. I may not even reach that altitude. Yeah. Yeah. 74 miles away, nautical miles. Maybe 12,000 is all we can get. I wonder what's the cruising altitude for that Seattle to Portland flight. Like Delta and Alaska both use 737s for that. What was it? Oh, jeez. Too many comments. Alright, there we go. I did not read through the comments, by the way, sorry. I hope there's nothing urgent on there. Oh, can we fly to Boise? Dude, unfortunately we plotted out to our way to Alaska already. I don't know, maybe on our way back. Yep. Yeah, I think Officer might have some really interesting experience with fighter planes, like military planes in general over there. Oh, jeez, hold on. Whoa, forgot to set vertical speed. Whoops. Oh, wrong thing. There you go. Wait, I'm trying to figure out, what is this class call thing? Is this like for your class to check on how you guys are doing with assignments or something? Is that how it works? I also hear that like parents sometimes have to get into like their class calls, or like maybe it was a different type of class call as well. Is that just so they can ensure like people are learning their ABCs correctly? Yeah, I checked out your channel. Yep, it's probably a big change. Nobody has quite figured out how to do online. Like it, I've taken online courses in college, and in general, it behind the scenes it takes a lot of effort to actually prepare for those online courses. Like to have the whole curriculum and like all the assignments set up for the whole class, like for the whole quarter, basically. And to see public schools try to like get everything set up within a month, um, yeah, it's probably pretty difficult. 12,000 feet. That's gonna be our cruising altitude, I guess. We're already like almost at whatever our first destination is. If I remember correctly, this airport has a pretty darn short runway. What is this? YQQ. Comox Valley Airport. Oh, and it's a Canadian Forces Air Base too. Oh, okay, so it's got a 10,000 foot long runway. Runway 12 or 30. That, or we can land on the 5,000 foot long runway 18. Alright, time to descend. Actually, maybe not. Can we even see the airport? Sorta. Falcons are pretty common. It's basically like the reliable tri-jets of 10 left. Maybe 250 knots is too slow. I mean, we're almost gonna start descending pretty soon. Whatever, I'll do that next time. Hey, we have another pulling ball in here now? Alright, see you Gemini jets. Oh, I didn't know the runway in Kelso Longview was long enough. Yeah. Occasionally I do see like 767s landing on like UPSs landing on 10 left. Like they fly over my office and it's like, holy crap, I should be spotting right now. Alright, time to start descending. Sorry, I never turned off the fasten seatbelt sign. Hopefully you guys didn't have to go anywhere. Oh, you don't see a pulling ball yet? I usually just call country balls as like pulling balls in general. And there was like a Morocco ball up there. Do we have two 747s now? Two UPS. Yeah, those were the days. Especially back when Asiana was still flying their 747s here. Like half the time they'd land on 28 right for some reason. From what I hear is due to wing clearance issues over at 28 left. They were having some constructions at the time. All that stuff is done now though. So... MD-10 for UPS. Sure that's not a FedEx? Or rather, it might be an MD-11, I guess. An MD-11 that's missing its winglets, basically. I think the Western Global. There's actually a third 747. Yeah, they land on Mondays or something, if I remember correctly. Monday or Tuesdays, I forgot. At first, I was so confused when I first saw that thing. And yes, I have yet to film that thing. Because I usually work. Have you caught it by chance? Or have any of you caught it by chance? Western Global. Mondays and Sundays. So technically, I can go on Sunday. I have no idea, like, what our PDX is doing nowadays. Like, back in the old days, I look up information and know, like, when exactly runway closures are happening. Or, like, when new flights are coming. And nowadays, it's just like, I just don't know anymore. And I rely off of you guys now. Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I thought I'd never seen a Western Global here on the weekends. I'm curious, like, would spawning at Baghdad Airport be allowed? We caught it twice, but one may have been terrible, unfortunately. Yeah, and there was one time where an 787 did divert here, and I happened to be at Marine Drive when it all happened. Where is this thing? There we go. Cool, cool. Yeah, I thought I've seen a Western Global from you before. I don't know, it's all kind of a blur now. Like, I've seen so many videos from so many people, it's like, I vaguely remember. Even for my own videos, like, what I've caught in the past, like, I kind of forgot. Like, up until a few weeks ago, when I was making that music video, I completely forgot that an IL-76 even came here.
2,500.
Okay, I need to lose some altitude, lose some speed. Thirty. 30 is good. Yeah, somehow I was lucky enough with that Southern Air. I think it may have been one of those times where I stayed up all night so that I can make sure I catch it. Okay, this is the most unstable approach I've done by far.
1,000.
And what was supposed to be a straight-in approach
Sink rate.
Don't worry about that sink rate. We need that.
Too low. Flaps. Sink rate.
No, the flaps are coming. Don't worry.
Sink rate.
It is 10,000 feet long, so I think I can get away with 20 degrees.
500. Wind shear. Wind shear. Wind shear. Wind shear. Wind shear.
Okay, I
wind
get it.
shear.
I get it.
300. Sink rate.
Don't sink.
200. 100. Minimums 50.
Oh, jeez.
40.
Oh, dear.
30.
Don't
20.
sink.
10.
Whoa, come on, come on. Land, land. Oh, jeez. This is gonna be hard. Ow. That was a little shabby. Yeah. Yeah, and usually, I imagine it's like usually pretty safe in Iraq. It's just like once in a while something happens. Kind of like how like when people were reporting on all the Hong Kong stuff, it was mostly safe, even like during its worst times. I mean, I went there before everything actually kind of cooled down. And I went there and I didn't see any type of protest. Graffiti once in a while, broken glass and whatever. Yeah, I've seen that. But no actual protests, no actual chaos. Oh right, I was still supposed to replay that, wasn't I? Alright. Okay, let's take a look. Oh, jeez, sorry. Spoiled the ending for you guys.
Don't sink. 200. 100.
Obviously a tail strike. Dude.
Minimums
Well,
50.
don't worry, we'll take a look.
40. 30. 20. 10.
Boing, boing. Yeah, I may have messed up the herb garden back there. Hey, yo, Cooper. Yep, that sounds about right. The tickets were pretty darn cheap back then. Understandable why people didn't go at that time, though. Boing, boing, boing. So, if I remember correctly, on the list of airports we're going to, this is the last airport where we're actually going to have like a decent length runway. Everything else is going to be like 5,000 feet long, basically. So if there's any crashes coming up, it'll be then. No, come on, man. Have faith in yourself. Have fun over there. Have fun, Reese. I'm feeling kind of lazy. I don't need full length, do I? No, I don't. Alright. See ya, Cooper. Full power drift? Just snap off that nose wheel just like that. Don't worry, there'll be some pretty soon. Or, I mean, there'll be some more. Did I trim out my, whatevers? Oh, geez, that's too much, sorry. 1.5 is a good degree. Alright, here we go. Yes, I did not taxi down the whole run, like, for full length. I don't think we'll need that anytime soon. Oh, just go around the world, basically? Yeah, that's one option. Alright. Don't worry, man, we already are drifting. Yep, it would be a long time, especially given our method of airport hopping. Remember, I need to stop every hour. We should probably retract all the flaps. Forgot to do that. On my first stream, like right before everything crashed, I just realized that I was still cruising. I was at cruising altitude with 5 degrees of flaps. I wish I could play that song. I wish. If I do that, my whole channel will go kaplop. I do not have a lawyer with me. That is why I cannot go against big corporations. is that? What? Because I need to figure out what airport this is I'm going to. YCT? Port Hardy. Oh, that's great. The runway's shorter than 5,000. 4,999 feet. It's the longest thing. Yeah, I live in Portland. Well, sorta. I actually live in slightly outside of Portland. Yeah, Ryanair pilots keep their flaps out at cruising. I don't know how it saves on maintenance or fuel. Everything they do has to save money somehow. Cools. Hey, big dreams, dude. Dream big. You will one day. Here you go. Yeah, having flaps 30, that would create the most lift. That's how science works, right? Drag is not a thing. It's a conspiracy. I need to get more sleep next time. Speed this up a little. How was everybody's day? Where is this guy going? Up to Alaska. Anchorage. And by the way, you can speak to me in first person. That's okay. You're doing God. That's... I did take off from Portland at some point. I took off, I think, from last stream from Portland. You know, I turned up my mic sensitivity so much that I think you guys can hear all like the smacking noises I make. Do I have X-Plane 11? No, I do not. FSX is like the only newest thing I have. Okay, I really hope that none of these mountains are like above 12,000 feet. We're gonna be screwed. Yeah, I'm slowly making my way to Anchorage. I'm gonna be landing like every hour though. Oh yay, congratulations, Reese. Save that breakdown for another day. ANC, PANC. Both are valid. I wonder what's the story behind why Anchorage and, well, Alaska and Hawaii both do not use Ks for their airport codes. Has it already been more than an hour? Yeah, I'm gonna speed up my cruising speed then. No, it's not been more than an hour since the last time I landed, has it? I'm keeping track. What am I cruising at? I think just 12,000. We're really close to our destination already. How close are we actually at? Yeah, we're just 60 miles away. I need to figure out what this airport layout is actually. We're going to Port Hardy right now. And this longest runway is only like, it's less than 5,000 feet. Oh, geez, don't save that destination. Okay, I see where I'm supposed to approach. And it means I have to start descending now. And actually deviate off the path. That would be an interesting theory. And yes, I mean, it is accurate that Alaska was owned by the Russians, and Hawaii was its own independent state for a while, for the totally peaceful annexation of Hawaii. Are we in Alaska? No, we're still in Canada right now. All our airports are in C's. Port Hardy. We still have like a few more airports to stop at before we actually get to Alaska. Has any countries actually stopped flight so far? Everybody's only like reduced the number of flights. Greenland has stopped all flights. Where did I leave from this flight? I guess from the beginning it was technically from YVR. Went all the way down to Eugene. Through Portland and all. And then we flew back to YVR and here we are. Where the heck is this airport? It's supposed to be only like 50 miles away now. No, that's not it, is it? Oh, is it that thing over there? That thing has to be it, is it? I know it's supposed to be tiny. Or actually maybe it's that blosh over there. You guys are now talking about Russians. I'm okay with that as long as it does not get political. I'll just say that. Kang, come on, man. Don't call me out like that. Aren't you supposed to have work this morning, Kang? By the way, everyone say hi to Kang. My good old engineering friend. Yeah, if I can get the split scimitar model to work on here, that'll be great. But it's just gonna mess up the virtual cockpit and everything. Kang, clearly you're not working at the same time. Go subscribe to Kang's channel if you want to see DIY videos. He'll teach you how to make a table. Or sorry, recycle a desk to make a table. I need more views, and I need more passengers. What the? What? I've never seen the plane do that before. It just all of a sudden started turning on its own. I hope my joystick isn't falling apart. KL. So you did name it KL build after all. I thought you were gonna go for a slightly different name. There you go, all. Now go raid his channel, guys. That's right. I'll give you guys something to do during all of this mess. Okay, time to descend. Tune down that speed to 250. Do you use a joystick or yoke? I use a joystick. Yokes are expensive. Maybe one day I'll have a yoke, because this joystick is falling apart. Right now, all you need to do is just touch the joystick and the rudder goes crazy. Oh, is that the airport down there? Oh crap, I'm definitely missing it. Okay, let me take a look, see what runway I'm supposed to go at. If I don't choose the right runway, I'm just going to go off the end. There's like a 3,000 and a 4,000 foot long runway. There's only one that's like 4,999 feet. You don't fly with an egg yolk? You're telling me I've been doing it wrong the whole time? Damn it. Yeah, I think YouTube comments have some, like, the live chat has, YouTube has some slight issues. Like, sometimes I can't see the comments updating. And I see that during, like, after I upload this video as a video, or upload this stream as a video, sorry. Like, for a while, the comments and stuff would update properly, and then all of a sudden it just stops. And it sounds like I'm just speaking to nobody. Yes, that is the tradition of setting up for lunch and dinner. Just throw the plates around till they're in at least 5 pieces. You just hear all the cling clang stuff in the background. There you go. Yeah, I don't know what the time delay for this chat is. Make sure I'm not flying into a mountain or something. There's the airport, by the way. This is what we somehow have to... Somehow we're gonna have to land on this thing. Effler Fly B. And don't forget about Compass as well. Those guys went under as well.
Sink rate.
Really? Sink rate? No, We're good. Start arming stuff. 32, 31, 30%, 29%. Nope, that didn't count. It has to be within 30%, I guess.
$2,500.
It's okay, we can fly close to the mountain. We're entering Alaska territory, so legally we're a bush plane now. Yeah, I don't know, maybe SkyWest is gonna like suck up all those compass planes. I'm just dumping in all the flaps right now, even though I'm not technically supposed to use flaps like during turns. Okay, I really need to increase speed actually. It's getting kind of dangerous. Once again, guys, you might be able to see my first crash today. Does my boss know that I'm streaming? I don't know. He didn't call me today either, so I don't know whether I am supposed to work or not. Well, actually, usually if he doesn't call me, it means like I don't have to work for the day.
1,000.
Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink.
Alright, plane's not happy with
Don't
me.
sink. Don't sink.
Push your way up.
Don't sink.
Yeah, Juno has a pretty fun approach from what I heard. It's like Kaitak but with trees. Make sure I'm actually... Okay, there's the runway. Oh look, a small airport with pappy lights. That looks about right. Come on, get down, get down. There we go. Where do I work? I work in my home city in the construction business.
1,000.
Don't sink.
Okay, I'm actually getting a bad feeling about this. There's trees everywhere, the runway's really short, and we're facing 30 knots crosswind. Maybe I should have done this with headwind. Actually, no, headwind would be a terrible idea. And also, the glide slope seems a bit messed up. Because I don't think we are high. If I follow the glide slope, I'm gonna like trim the trees or something.
Don't sink.
Ooh,
Don't
boy.
sink. Don't sink.
500.
And the wind is constantly pushing me back down to like 120 knots. It's a great recipe, guys. You know.
400.
Oh jeez. Crap, crap, crap. Down, down, get down.
Sink rate 300.
There we go. That's better.
Don't sink.
Went 0 G
200.
for a second, guys, but that's okay.
Wind shear.
Don't worry.
Wind shear.
Nope.
Sink.
Wind
Oh
shear.
jeez. Holy crap.
Don't
130 knots. 140.
100. Wind shear.
Minimum.
Wind shear.
40.
Wind
30.
shear. 20. 10.
Get down, 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 down. Holy shit. There we go. Okay, that was fun. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we make it to Moscow. Now, honestly, I need to figure out this airport layout. How am I supposed to taxi back? I think I'm actually gonna like do a back taxi on this thing. But first, let's see how we did. The landing sounded like an explosion as always. Let me try the spot view this time. Nah.
$500.
Just jostling around slightly. That's K.
$400.
Yeah, I'm just
300.
reprogramming flight sim to make the landings better.
200.
It does look really, really slow.
100. Minimum 50, 40, 30.
Ooh,
20,
that must have been fun
10.
on your stomachs. There we go. Plot breakdown. Yeah, what the heck? It's like people somehow know when I'm taking off and landing. Okay, let's do a back taxi then. So we got one hairy airport out of the way. I think further down the line there's an airport with only like 4,300 foot long runway. And like a sandwich between like a set of mountains or something. That's right, as long as it doesn't look questionable from the outside, we're good. Oh, do we even have enough space to turn around? Or are we gonna have to ask a tug? We'll see. Don't go into the grass, please. Okay, we're good. I think. I hope 15 degrees of flaps is sufficient. Okay. Let's see. Trim 1.5. Seatbelt signs are on. I think lights are on. Yep. Alright, here we go. I'm gonna hold the brakes too. Wind's pushing us around as usual. There we go. This is an 800. Oh crap, yeah, I forgot to check the comments for a while now. How are you guys doing? Are you flying around the cabins like jumping beans? Dude, you guys are supposed to be strapped in. Did you guys not bring your own bungees? 12,000 feet is gonna be our cruising as well. Maybe 14 actually, just a little bit higher. Bork, bork, bork. Let's tune this over to 270 knots. Oops, sorry. There we go. I'm pretty sure it was bumping around. CYBD. By the way, the airport we're flying to right now, or the route, I guess, I don't know, the track we're flying on, we're only going to be using that as a stop, because if I remember correctly, this was at CYBD. It's like sandwiched between mountains. So the only way to get there is to like fly this narrow path inwards. And this airport we're flying to has a runway length of 4,200. That'll be fun. Why do I even stop? So that is a little more interesting than just seeing me cruise for like 3 hours. That's why. Gotta keep it somewhat entertaining, right? You're addicted to Moscow. How does that work? Don't worry, we'll get to Moscow someday. Flying across Siberia and all. Yeah, just say how's your day every single hour. That'll be great entertainment. It is pretty darn cold up there. I like how I finally like managed to catch back up with like the stream chat. That's right, Aeroflop. You will, well, yeah, technically yes, Soviet bears. They have not known that the Soviet is history. Has anybody of you flown on Aeroflot? Ouch. Yeah, losing luggage is one thing. Oh, okay, back in the 80s, yeah, I mean, they probably didn't care that much about ratings back then. I guess the thing is, did they try to buy Western planes before the collapse? That I never knew. I know as far as like communist nations goes, I think they did. Okay, that makes sense. I know the Chinese bought like Vicar Viscounts back when they were still like communists. And they were like the first Western, or sorry, it's the first communist country to actually buy Western planes or something. They tried making their own A330s as well? Like, did they try to build them under license or something? Or were they just like straight up copying? Because they did do the IL like 86 and 96. That's a little bit like the A340. A340-ish. The PS90? It might have been. Let me take a look actually. Because I often hear the PS90 is compared with the Pratt & Whitney 2000. The thing on 757s basically. I'm trying to see the description of this thing. How many pounds of thrust does it do? £38,000. Is that what's it comparable to? Is that? It sounds a little bit like a Pratt Whitney 2000. Yeah, it's basically the thrust of a Pratt Whitney 2000, or the lower end of the RB211. Oh, the D18. Okay. Let me take a look. This is stuff I'm really interested in, like hearing about people copying each other's design, straight up plagiarizing. Yeah, I'll friend you if I get into War Thunder. I haven't played War Thunder in a very long time though, so that's why I was asking if you guys would be interested or not. How far away is this airport? Why am I not still seeing it? 37 nautical miles away. Use newtons? Well, at least that's metric, you know. That's you're setting the example that we shall all follow. I had a really good talk with the teacher. Did you get an A? Did you impress your parents? I guess. So what they do, like, do they just check to see, like, what assignments you've done and how far you've gone in the curriculum? Is that what they do in the calls? Yeah, the PS90 actually sounds a little like the RB211. The grind. I wouldn't be surprised. Actually, it looks a bit like it too. What's my user in War Thunder? I do not know because I didn't see on my notebook to see if I still have a War Thunder account, but I doubt if I can actually log into that. Oh, War Thunder, my account name is BUYBYGB. If you guys ever wonder like how I got that name, the Bye Bye Gibbo thing, is I was just button mashing my first account for RuneScape, and then I realized I was doing pretty well, so I decided to keep that account. Officer Rock Watch. Okay, I remember that. I remember you. I think we're getting close to one of the airport waypoints. Probably that thing over there. I think all the way in the distance. Oh, that'll be fun if we all play War Thunder together. Yeah, the T104. I'm curious why they didn't do so well. Like, what are some of the issues that they're facing? Here's the thing though, if I'm doing War Thunder, I'm not going to be using my joystick. I would not be able to hit anything with a wonky yaw control. You're gonna come up with a list and a rant, are you? Yeah, there you go. Somehow Russian planes aren't popular. I don't know why. I'm pretty sure, like, they're building, like, those planes, the two 104, just so that, like, they can have a military variant later on. That's my best guess. Kind of the same reason why, like, the Chinese are also building planes as well, so that they can, like, do a military variant. Make your descent. Okay, let's try to, I'll try not to crash into any of those mountains, but the airport we're going to is, like, sandwiched in between, like, some of those fjords. We might actually only get one shot at this, because there might not be enough room to, like, do a proper turn. I think it's actually harder to aim with a joystick in War Thunder. Because with a cursor, you just, like, point to something and you fire. Yeah, I mean, they have their, was it MC-21 or something? Is that their new plane that they're coming out with? Okay, I'm actually getting scared. Where is this airport I'm supposed to go to? I only see mountains. Okay, so apparently I'm supposed to, like... Oh, I'm not even at the right, whatever you call it. I think I can just hop on over these mountains and that's fine. Let me try to situate myself to see where I am. I would make a terrific bush pilot, wouldn't I? Swedish jet and War Thunder? I have not. What is that? Is it one of those, like, fictional fighters that never saw war service or something? I'm gonna go back up, actually. Just to make sure I clear these mountains. I guess a more brilliant idea would be like just to fly to this airport directly, and then just like spiral downwards. Oh, it used to be the MS-21. The Yearcook MC-21. Yeah, I can see that, like in Cyrillic is MC. Yeah, that makes sense. Or whatever they call this C in Cyrillic. Or rather, S in Cyrillic. So I think the plan is once we clear this like island thing, we're gonna start descending downwards. Probably somewhat rapidly, follow the river until we find the airport. The Tunguska? What is that? And I do love flying troll stuff in general. When I was playing in Navy Field, I just play a submarine so I can troll people all day. As well as the Karikama. Oh, Tunguska isn't a plane. That's right, War Thunder isn't just about planes anymore. I think I can start descending now. You see, if it's gonna be War Thunder though, I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna be doing road vehicles, ground vehicles. This is a strictly airplane channel after all. Aerospace at least. Hello, Matthew. Alright, we're good to descend really close down to the mountains now. Wish me luck. Or wish us luck. We're on board after all. Knots sounds good. where are we flying to? We're trying to fly as close to Anchorage, Alaska as possible. That's probably not going to happen anytime soon. And by the way, I did set the new rule that we're going to have to land every hour just for entertainment purposes. So now we're forced to fly into this scary airport. Watch all my videos. There are some embarrassing ones in there, I assume. Oh yeah, welcome back. I know, I'm not reading the comments in order. What? Oh crap, I'm not descending fast enough. So the airport is somewhere in between these mountains. Get set up while I'm at it.
Sync rate.
Crap. I don't think we even have the airport visible yet. We're gonna have to like do like, I don't know, a sketchier version of the Reagan bridge approach.
2,500.
And how far away are we from the airport? 11 miles. Hey, look. There's an adorable little ferry over there. Is there a ferry over here somewhere? Floating around? I don't see one. Whatever. Okay, I'm just gonna turn off the autopilot now. It doesn't seem useful anymore. And there's the airport. All the way over there. Oh wait, no, that's just a cliff. Never mind. Oh, there it is. Oh crap, we're way too high. Gear down. I think I'm gonna land and call it for the day. I'll have to figure out how to actually get out of here.
1,000.
Oh, look how narrow that runway is. Oh crap, I forgot there's crosswind. That's why we're drifting so badly. Flaps all in. 4,200 feet. And we got some serious trees in the way too. So there's a time to crash. It is now.
500.
Come on, come on.
400.
Nope, nope.
300.
Jeez, holy crap! Don't lose
sink.
out. Don't do that. Don't do
sink.
that.
200.
Don't sink.
Oh gosh, I forgot to trim as well, did I?
Don't sink.
Oh crap, crap. I think I can land still.
100. Minimums 50, 40, 30, 20,
Nope, nope. Go around.
Don't sink.
10.
Go. Flaps 20. Okay, let's see how am I gonna get out of here. I think there's enough room to do a 360 in here. Did the comment section get a little bit broken? I'm not seeing anything updating. Okay, how are we gonna do this? Hey, that looks like a pretty realistic valley right there. The river decides to carve in between a mountain rather than the low point, rather than the valley. Okay, let's try this again. I'm just gonna put everything out early so that we don't have to mess about with our settings. I think there's enough room for me to do a 360 or 180.
Bank angle.
Don't worry about bank angle, man. Got more
Bank
pressing
angle.
concerns.
Bank angle. $1,000.
And then we dive on down back into
Sink
the
rate.
valley. Hopefully I don't smash against this.
Sink rate.
Oh crap, actually no, that mountain's
Bank angle.
coming up pretty close.
Bank angle.
Don't worry about that.
Bank angle.
Don't worry about bank. I've done 50 degrees bank at
Bank
high
angle.
tack before.
Bank angle. Sink rate.
There we go.
Pull up. Sink rate.
Actually, let's leave that 30 degrees for now. Is that my rudder that's causing all this side slip? By the way, I got a feeling that the chat is broken on my side. I couldn't see anything updating. Okay, did I trim it out? 2.6. A good thing about coming in from this side is that I don't think there's any trees in the way. Last I looked, I didn't see anything. Okay, here we go. I'm just gonna fly as close to the mountain as possible so that we can make an early turn. Oh look, never mind, there's trees in the way. That's great. Oh crap, and we're off again, and we're high again.
400. Sink rate.
Don't sink.
Whoa, jeez, look at our speed.
Don't sink.
Okay, calm down, calm down.
400. 300. 200.
Come on, come on.
100.
Be more responsive.
Minimum 50,
gosh,
40,
come on.
30, 20,
Come on, come on.
10.
F2. Full brakes. Oh, jeez, holy crap. I think we went off the end. And we did. Well, that was fun. Alright. So I guess the last question is, how hard do we actually touch down?
Don't sink. 500. 400. 300.
So much for that.
200. 100. Minimum 50, 40, 30, 20. 10.
Well, we got all the wheels on the runway this time. I mean, that was like every time, but momentarily the wheels were all on the runway. I'm sure the 737 can be on the grass for a little bit, right? It's also having a lot of trouble trying to move. It's probably sinking into the grass or something. Alright, I'm gonna taxi back and then call it, because I think it's getting pretty close to 12. And the chat is broken. So I'll take that as a sign. Alright, which spot should I take? I'll take the one with the fuel pump. How about that? I'm gonna have to get myself pretty close to the fuel pump, or else nobody can use the taxiway. There we go. Close enough. People can actually use the taxiway now. Parking brake. And then fuel shut off. Oh no, what? Is the door broken again? I think the door is broken again. Yeah, it's broken. Well, hope you guys got your herb garden set up, because we're gonna be in here for a while. But in that meantime, I'm gonna call it a day. Once again, I couldn't read any of the comments right now. The comment section is broken, I think. So, I'll see you guys next time. Later all.